Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Wednesday, June 27th, 2012. Let me quickly give you the results from the morning. In the live trading room this morning, we took 10 ticks profit on the crude. We took 4 ticks profit on the NQ. 4 ticks profit on the NQ. And 4 ticks profit on the ES this morning. Alright, we were flat, the YM. Alright, those were the results from the live trading room this morning. I took more profit on the crude in a different account right here just a few minutes ago. But anyway, we'll get into it all right now. If you have not taken the free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply to sign up for our free trial. With the free trial, you get 5 days in the live trading room, 2 hours a day. You also get access to everything you see here. You get access to the charts, the indicators, access to Dwayne and I, Bert, Leslie, the whole group. You get access to all that stuff, free of charge, no credit card required. Just go to www.cfrn.net/apply. If you are in here on a free trial, and your free trial has been going on for a few days, if you're a little ways into your free trial, or nearing the end of it, you should have an offer in your email from me. If you do not have an offer in your email from me and you are interested in becoming a partner, then send me an email at support@cfrn.net and I'll make sure it gets out to you again. Let's see, partners meeting tomorrow night. Tonight is Wednesday. Tomorrow night, every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our weekly partners meeting. The partners meetings are scheduled to last for an hour. They generally last 2 to 3 hours, and they are usually, I think they're always very informative. Almost always I learn something new in the partners meetings. We do have some stuff that we had some guys that were working on to possibly present in tomorrow night's partners meeting. Okay, some newer things, newer looks at things, and maybe some results from some of the other things that we've done in the past partners meetings, the past couple of them. So if you're in here on a free trial, or if you're a partner, tomorrow night's partners meeting, be there or be square. All right, now the trades. Let's start out with the crude. Okay, today we'll start with the crude oil because that happens to be the chart on the left. And I had done a few things. Well, the market opened up right here. Okay, right over here. These black vertical lines that you see, I'll go over what those are too in a minute. That's why I wanted to start with the crude, really. The very first trade after the open was right here. You see we had a bearish cross at the MA1 down below the BBC. The BBC is this green line, the MA1 is the red and blue line. All right, this is the setup that we're using on all the markets. We're looking for the bullish or bearish cross and then a pullback to the BBC. All right. Now, on the 4-tick range charts, on all the markets, on the 4-tick range charts, in addition to the pullback to the BBC, we want to see that we have divergence down here on the slingshot between the green line and the cycle line. The cycle is the red and blue line. Okay? When there is divergence and you get a pullback, then you look for you look for the price to close in the direction of the cycle. The cycle is oversold, you're looking to sell. All right, you want it to close down. That's what it did right there. I got short. I bought it back over here. Took some profit. It did it again immediately after that. Right here, same divergence down here. Pulled back, tested the BBC, gave a down close, and went down. Consolidated a little bit. In here, I was drawing these lines on here when the divergence was actually presenting itself. I was drawing the lines on there. This one actually went through the BBC, so I didn't look to get short. By the time it gave the down close, the cycle was headed up, so I wasn't looking to short right there. It worked out anyway, but I wasn't looking to take that. Okay. Once the MA1 got above the BBC, the MA1 is the red and blue line again. Once it got above the BBC, price pulled down to the BBC, gave an up close. We had bullish divergence. There was a nice long trade right there that I missed. This one here, we had the nice bullish divergence and everything, but it didn't pull back far enough. All right. Then, let's see, right in here. we had our news event right in here when everything started moving up. All right, I'll go over the horizontal black lines here in a few minutes. I'll show you something else about those in a few minutes, okay? But let's just go over and look at the rest of the trades. Right here we had bearish divergence, a bearish cross, price pulled up, tested the BBC and gave a down close, and it went down. Same thing here. Tested the BBC, down close, and it went down. Tested the BBC, down close, and it went down. We had bearish divergence on all three of those. All right. Price got a little bit above right here. We had bullish divergence and all that, but price never pulled away from the BBC. Like on all of these, price pulled away from the BBC and came back to it. Okay. Over here, it never pulled away from it. It barely got above the BBC at all. It never pulled away from it after the cross, so we weren't looking to get long. It dropped all the way back down here and pulled back up, tested the BBC, and went down. That's what we anticipate, guys. All right. Over here, you see how price got away from the BBC after the bullish cross. It pulled down here, tested the BBC. We had bullish divergence. It went long. Okay. Over here, we had too many closes below the BBC to look for a long trade, so we didn't. Over here, tested the BBC again. The divergence was bearish right in here, right there. Okay, for the down close. And that was pretty much it on the crude oil this morning. All right, we ended plus 10 ticks on crude. Well, I'm actually plus 19 ticks right now. But I want to cover one other little thing. Now, before I do this, let me just shut off that portion of the cycle. Come on, shut off. Alright, we'll shut off that portion of the cycle, and you know what else I want to do? I want to just remove the MA1 and the BBC. Alright, so we're just looking at price. Okay, we're just looking at price and looking down here. Now, wherever you see one of these black lines, down here on the bottom, the green has diverged away from the brown. You see? It's moved away from the brown. The brown's direction right here is down. That's what this arrow is showing. The brown's direction is down. And the green turned back in the direction of the brown. Alright? Whenever you see one of these arrows, not one of these arrows, but one of the vertical lines on the charts right here, that's what happened. That is a total momentum trade. You would look to enter on the close of the bar that turned the green line down. Okay? That is right there. You would look to enter right there. It's going to be really fast. It's usually going to be very fast. Your risk only needs to be 4 or 5 ticks because it's just going to be above the bar that got you into the trade. And you can usually take 5 or more ticks out of each one of those trades really quickly. All right. Here's another one right here. You see the green turned in the direction of the brown. Right there is where you would have been looking to enter that. Right there. Okay. And this one right here. Nope, that's different. Here we go. Over here. Down here on the bottom, you see the green turned in the direction of the brown. Now up here on the top, I'm not sure what it looks like, but I know that the bar right there, the down close right there is where you would have been looking to short. Okay. This one right here we actually did live in the live trading room, or we watched it live anyway. We were watching it, waiting for it to close down. If I would have put a sell stop on this one, 2 ticks below where I knew the bar was going to close, because these are range bars, you know where it's going to close. If you know where the top is, you know where the bottom's going to be. If I would have put a sell stop on there at the time, this move right here from here to here took about 2 seconds. Everybody watched it happen live in a live trading room this morning when we put these lines on this morning. All right, so the spot to enter that would have been right there. Okay, and that I had 2 contracts. That 20 ticks right there would have been about $400 in 2 seconds for me. Now right here, it's going in the opposite direction. This happened immediately after this. This happened. Okay, it was all very quickly. You can see the green is turning into the direction of the brown right there. All right, right there. So your entry would have been right there. All right, I just told everybody in the live trading room this morning that I was going to discuss this in the recap today, so they could go back and watch it in the video. The 9 ticks that you saw me take here, I took right here, where the green turned into the brown. Right there is where I took some of it, and over here is where I took some more. So let me put the horizontal lines on there for you, so you can see what I'm looking at. Where in the heck was it? It was right here. Not that one. Gotta move it over one. Right there. Okay. And right over here. Right there. Okay. I got long and took 4 ticks profit right there. Or 5 ticks there and 4 ticks here when I got short right there. Alright, that's where I got that extra 9 ticks. I just wanted to point that out, okay, so you guys could see it. And everybody that was in the live trading room this morning watched this stuff over here happen live, okay? That was Crude, and that is now in the recording. It's going to be in the recap. Let me jump over to the NQ. I'll just go through these quickly here. We're up on the NQ on the morning, using the same exact trade setup, guys. Okay, you're looking for the bullish divergence down here on the slingshot. Price pulls down, tests the BBC, gives you an up close. We entered there, took profit there. Over here we got short here, took a break even there. All these are opportunities. Almost all of them won. I think this one you would have lost on, but that one, all winning opportunities. That one. I took a break even on this trade. There was another one right here, another one over here. Now you're looking at the same exact thing on all these trades. The MA1 goes across the BBC, up above it. Price pulls away and then pulls back down, tests the BBC, gives you an up close when you have bullish divergence, and up it goes. Same thing over here. Other way though. The MA1's down below the BBC, price comes up, tests it, closes down, and you have your bearish divergence, and it goes down. Okay? Simple as that. So we're up on the NQ, we were up on the Crude, we're up on the ES. I'll show you the ES trades that we took, this morning. When it opened up this morning, we had right over here, the DMT was pierced by a green trend strength line over here. That suggested that the price was going to move up 5 to 6 points from where it pierced, and that would have put it right up here at 24. Okay, so at that point we had a pretty good idea that we're going to get up to 24 this morning. We were waiting for the BBC to pull through the weekly trading zone. Once it did, we put an order on here to buy the BBC. Price came down, hit the BBC, entered us into our trade, and when it had moved 7 ticks in favor of, when the trade was up 7 ticks, I moved my stop to plus 1 point, and that's where I ended up getting out, right over here at right up here at plus 1 point. I entered here, and I actually entered down here, and I got out right about there. All right, you can see it moved all the way up here. It didn't pull back again up here until it got over here, and right here it was too close to the weekly trading zone for me to look for a long trade. Okay, then it dropped down. There was an opportunity to enter short right here. This was at the end of the morning session. I didn't see it when it was happening. There was another one right here. This one wouldn't have worked out, but that happened right at the close of the morning session, and I didn't take either one of those. All right. Right now, if it were to pull back right here to the BBC, that would be an opportunity to get long. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put an order on right now at 1326 even. 1326 even. That's an MIT order. Means market if touched. So if it pulls down and touches 1326, it's going to enter me at the market. It'll probably put me in at 1326 and a quarter. Okay, that was the ES this morning. The YM. The YM was, well, I'm flat on the YM, but I did take some trades. Okay. I'll show you a couple things about the YM. This right here this morning, same stuff. You know, you get your bullish cross, you pull back down to the BBC with an up close, and it went up. Over here, I took this short this morning. I didn't realize we were going right into the weekly trading zone, but it pulled back up here, hit the BBC, down close. I shorted, and I took a break even. All right. When I realized it was going into the zone. Over here, we had bullish divergence, bullish cross, tested the BBC, up close, and up it went. Again, same thing right there and right there. This was that big move up after the news. Then it got stuck up here at a weekly trading zone. Over here, there was an opportunity to short it, and I did short it here. Once it closed beneath the MA1, I moved my stop to break even, and it took me out of break even. It did move down, though. Over here, I got out of this trade early, prematurely, because I was actually looking for it to, I was looking at a larger time frame, and I was going in the wrong direction according to the larger time frame. And I'll discuss that in just a minute, too. All right, but you can see we had the bearish cross, pull back up, tested the BBC with a down close. I got short, and I took a break even, though it did work out. All right, that was right at the end of the morning session. Right in here, you can see it tested the BBC and gave an up close, and it moved up, but it's going right into a zone, so I wouldn't be looking to do any of that. All right. Now, let me show you the larger time frame thing. In here, where this circle is drawn, I drew that in the live trading room this morning. When I drew it, price was right here. Okay, it had put in this high right here at the weekly trading zone, and at the time, it was building this candle right here. Let me blow this up a little bit for you. Okay, at the time, it was building this candle right here, and I was saying this morning that you could anticipate price filling this box right here, this ellipse that I drew on there. If you traded short right here and put your risk above this pivot, there was a high probability that it was going to work its way down to the weekly trading zone, where the zone was at that time, and fill this area with price. Okay, I haven't touched this box since I put it on this morning. I haven't moved it, changed its size, or anything like that. You can see if you would have done that, you would have drew down 11 ticks. It put in a double top right here. You would have drawn down 11 ticks. And then, if I just slide this over, you see it got filled with price. That was what I was suggesting to people this morning. The price is always going to meet the BBC, so when you get a big pull away from the BBC like this, price is always going to meet the BBC. So if you have an opportunity when it's at a weekly trading zone like this, where you could, for limited risk, for about 12 or 13 ticks, you had the opportunity to trade all the way down to here. That was just something that I pointed out this morning in the live trading room. All right. Guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. I don't see any questions in here, so if you do have any questions, you can email them to support@cfrn.net. You can still type them in here, and I can reply to you by email, or I can reply to you in here. If you are interested in becoming a partner, getting into the partners meeting tomorrow night, and you don't know how to become a partner, just type it in here or send me an email at support@cfrn.net and let me know. Just say partner info right in the title. Okay, that's it. Gonna wrap it up, and we will bring the others on.